My damn ankle. Do you ever feel that your feet and ankles are weak and lack stability when you hike? Yesterday, I was working with a new client and she was describing to me how one of her foot feels clumsy. She sprains it a lot and lacks the stability she needs when she's out enjoying herself on the trail. Now, there could be a lot of reasons why someone may be dealing with foot issues when they're out hiking, but sometimes the solution is found in the simplest exercise. And that's what we're going to be working on today: basic foot mobility. This is one of my favorite foot exercises because it works on a lot of things at the same time. It helps improve your mobility and strength, which we know is important for your feet, but for the rest of your body also, because your feet are your foundation. And more so, it helps improve the brain-body connection or motor control, helping provide stability in your ankles against potential sprains and other balance issues when you're hiking. So if you're someone who struggles with a lot of chronic ankle sprains and poor balance when you're out trying to enjoy yourself on the trail, come join with me in my studio and I'll demonstrate this exercise for you. Hey, welcome to my studio. Okay, here we are. So today we're going to be working on ankle stability. So the first thing I want you to do is an assessment to pay attention to see how stable or unstable your ankles are feeling. So the client that I mentioned earlier that I was working with, what I had her do the other day before we started working together was I had her lunge to pay attention to how stable her ankles were as she was moving. And so the more stable her ankles were, the more grounded they were to the ground. And I could see that with my own eyes, but she could also pay attention and just feel that instinctively. So I want you to either walk around or do some lunges or whatever it is that you're able to pick up and feel how stable your ankles are feeling. So that's the first thing you're gonna do. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the exercise. So you're gonna have to take your socks and shoes off, ideally, because we want to not have any restrictions when we're working on developing movement within your foot. So you can start on either foot, it doesn't matter. You're gonna sit down. It should be a little bit more easy for you at that point. You're gonna raise your foot, and I'm gonna zoom in on a moment so you can get a better angle. But I want you to pay attention to my foot. So right now, my foot is extended towards me, foot and toes. That's called dorsiflexion because the back of my foot's going towards me. And as I push my foot down, my toes stay up, and then I curl my toes underneath. Now I'm gonna keep my toes down, I'm gonna raise my foot, and now I'm gonna extend my toes back up towards me. So again, keep my toes up, press my foot down, try to spread my toes as I'm doing that. I'm going to curl down. Now you're gonna feel some tension and some muscle contraction at the bottom of your foot. And I want you to raise your foot and extend your toes back up. I'm gonna show you this from another angle. So now you're able to see my foot a little bit more closely. So again, this is called dorsiflexion, when the back of your foot is facing upwards towards you. So my foot's up, my toes are up. I'm going to push my foot down, and then I'm going to curl my toes down underneath. Keep my toes there, feel the contraction at the bottom of my foot. I'm gonna raise my foot, extend my toes, keep my toes there, press my foot down, curl my toes underneath. Raise my foot, raise my toes, keep the toes there. So what this eventually looks like once you gain enough mobility and fine motor control is it begins to look like a wave, right? And if you're doing it right and creating enough tension, you're gonna develop the musculature on the bottom of your foot. And that's what we want to help prevent any ankle sprains and clumsiness when you're out on the trail. So you could repeat this exercise on both feet. So here we are again. Now we're gonna work the other foot. In this case, it's my left foot. So again, foot's out, toes up towards me. I'm gonna press my foot down, curl my toes. Keep my toes down, raise my foot, extend my toes up. Foot down, foot up, toes up. It'd be good if you practice this a few times and then work your way up to doing maybe 5 to 10 repetitions. could try different positions. So you could try internal, external, put your leg in different positions. Right now this is just neutral, and it should be plenty to give you the results that you'd like. Okay, so now that you performed the foot exercise, foot wave, you're gonna go back to your initial job, which was the assessment. And remember, we were walking around, we were doing our lunges, right? And what were we doing? We were checking in to see how stable our ankles were. So whatever that assessment was for you, I want you to repeat that now, post doing the exercise foot wave. And obviously the goal is to reduce the clumsiness and improve your motor control and reduce sprains. So going back to the assessment, you should feel like, okay, now I have more balance, I've got more kind of control, I feel steadier on my feet. That's the goal. So it's a great exercise, it's one of my favorite. It's called foot wave, and let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you found this helpful, I'd love your support. So if you were to click the like button below and subscribe to my channel, that would be great. And if you're someone who deals with a lot of chronic pain and tightness, I have a free resource that's sure to be helpful to you. You can access it at the bottom of this page or at my home screen. So again, thanks a lot and talk to you soon.